All right, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Dude, some good stuff is in the works. What can I say? I am amped. I met with everyone today on solar panels, and dude, everyone's on board. I'm thrilled.
Preparing for the Senate meeting too. Is that coming up soon, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's next Friday. Let me just show you this email. Dude, it's
Yeah.
wild. So
So
yeah,
is
gearing
there
up for
any
that.
like impending legislation coming for mining? Is that why like they're holding this hearing about it?
Yeah, so essentially, the black and white of it is that mining isn't profitable with Bitcoin in New Hampshire. It's just overtaken by such large corporations down in Texas, Oklahoma, used to be China, Russia, Kazakhstan, all those. And while it is profitable to mine altcoins, the miners are more expensive. So essentially, New Hampshire, unless passing any kind of subsidies to miners, it realistically, my plan is to move out of here in the course of 3 years to Texas or Oklahoma or Utah or something like that,
Yeah.
so I can be more competitive and I can actually invest into Bitcoin. Otherwise, it's a little risky, right? Which I don't mind a little risk, but at the same time, New Hampshire is essentially out of the running when compared to other states. So the intention is to essentially grant policy leniency to crypto miners and crypto entrepreneurs. And ultimately, my biggest spiel about it is going to be like, hey, listen, I'm 26 years old. I've built this. I've got POs. I've got customers. You can go and fucking look at it. Come over, more than welcome.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose me in 2 to 3 years as soon as my lease is up and I've built the foundation here. New Hampshire shouldn't be seen as a stepping stone. It should be welcoming of young entrepreneurs such as myself, such as yourself, to want to stay here. There's a lot of money around us. New York, Massachusetts, Maine, even New Hampshire. It's got a pretty decent amount of pretty damn wealthy people.
Yeah.
Do you want the newest generation of entrepreneurs to go somewhere else, or do you want them to? What do you want them to do?
And I'm gonna give people a quick show of your mining factory here, just so they can, like, when you're talking about the mining and everything that you set up, they're able to put a visual to everything that you're talking about. But this shit was so loud, bro, and it was so hot in there, but it was probably one of the most interesting things I've seen in a while, that's for sure.
Building a room to essentially vent everything out. So it's going to be much, much quieter and much, much cooler. But that's kind of a work in progress. And I'm waiting for my next big sum of money to come together so I can do all that.
Yeah, and now you're getting the solar panels, so it's going to be energy efficient. You're going to do the liquid cooling and everything like that. So you're taking all the necessary precautions to kind of fit within like backlash about mining, energy intensiveness and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So with liquid cooling, it uses less electricity, non-harmful chemicals, eliminates the noise, and the heat theoretically can be reused. So there's definitely benefits to that. Solar power, regardless of the price of the electricity, there's, like you said, a negative connotation to any kind of crypto mining venture. And if we bring innovation here to New Hampshire in the form of renewable energy or really any kind of application or any location, then there's going to be regulations on it sooner or later, and a green outlook on it is so beneficial in the long run. The government could stand up tomorrow and be like, hey, we don't allow cryptocurrency mining unless it's renewable energy. And then Nestor Technologies will be like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, you're ready
Two
for
steps
that.
ahead of you.
Exactly, yep. That's the biggest thing, being prepared for anything that could pop up like that. So it's good that you're taking that into account. So did you want to explain kind of like when you started this, a little bit of your background, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, stuff like that, and kind of like what you're offering people to have them get into mining and everything.
Sure. So, I started this mining venture only about maybe a year and a half ago now. And the sole reason for it was because I got bored and uh, I didn't have enough money to buy a house and start flipping real estate, which is ultimately a very safe venture. But crypto, it was always a learn, right? So I got my degree in mechanical engineering with a focus on thermodynamics. And the past couple of jobs I've had, it's very electromechanical assembly type. So like, different types of burners, thermal equations, connecting electrical systems on a pretty large scale, and also secondarily of designing and selling industrial embedded computers at my last job. I like the design aspect of it a little bit more, so I got a little bored and figured, okay, how hard can it be to build this crypto rig? And man, did I overdo it. I went all in without knowing a single freaking thing. And ultimately, anyone can do it, right? It's not an impossible feat, but what will happen is you're going to learn some very expensive lessons along the way. I've started a couple fires, a couple sparks, but I don't view that as a bad thing, right? I view that as that's the money that I paid to learn this lesson so I can make sure this doesn't happen with customers' money, right?
Yeah.
No one wants to be a guinea pig in any situation. That's the riskiest thing that you can do. What I'm trying to develop and what I have developed is a proven design, proven fundamental understanding of the whole subject. And it's essentially a journey, right? I don't view this as a customer client. It's a relationship that you build with people. It's from the ground up, everyone's kind of in it together. We make a sale, we benefit. I reinvest it back into additional infrastructure, equipment, so on and so forth. I'd rather do it that way than just sell a piece of equipment, right?
Yeah.
That ultimately becomes a commodity. You can find a dozen other crypto miner machine sellers, and they'll sell you a piece of machinery and say, all right, good luck, figure it out.
Yeah.
Here's how you plug in, here's the manual to it, go from there. With me, it's like, okay, there's so many loopholes and tips and tricks that no one is going to teach you that I'm already doing for my own machines, right? I'm going to continue investing because I want to be set up for the future. I don't view this as a get-rich-quick scheme that, I'll make $1 million tomorrow. No, this is a long-term play. It's going to be whatever I put into it now, it's going to pay out exponentially over the years. Like, you may very well be familiar with crypto, historically looking at it. And even if it's not an exponential growth, if it stays consistent as is, I'm profitable. Yeah. I can't think of any other industry where a return on investment in 2 years, 1.5 years, even 3 years is considered pretty damn good.
Yeah.
With this money, do with it whatever you want. It's your own money. I don't even touch it. It's goes to your wallet, cold storage or hot storage. Dude, for all I care, take your cold storage money, go to Venezuela and figure it out on your own. It's your money.
Yes.
You're an adult. Do whatever the hell you want.
Basically, you're offering people a full service mining operation solution. They can be like, all right, I got X amount of money. I'm looking to do something with it. I know I want to get into mining, but I don't know where to start. And that's when you say, okay, well, this is how much money you have. These are options like of mining machines you could do. You can choose which altcoins, because you're not going to do mining a Bitcoin. It's not profitable. You can choose kind of which miner and which crypto you'd want to mine, and you can kind of estimate what the payout would be. But since with mining, it's in the market and everything, it's kind of it's not set in stone. It fluctuates a lot. as far as like what the rewards could be and everything like that. But getting into mining now is probably your best bet because everything's so low, right?
Well, that raises that cliche question of when's the best time to plant a tree? The answer is 20 years ago. When's the second best time to plant a tree? Today.
Yeah.
You know, you're always going to kick yourself in the ass when you look at this 10 years from now and be like, damn, I had the opportunity to 20x my money or 5x or even triple your money. You're still in the green. You're winning, and you have a piece of equipment to show for it that it's not a paperweight. It resells. It has inherent value. But to answer your question, my main solution or offer set is this, that I love this shit. This is fun, right? It's got the highest highs and it's got the lowest lows. And if you want to experience it on your own, you're more than welcome to. If you need help setting it up, hey, I'll tell you exactly what type of outlets you get, what type of ventilation, what type of heat that you're supposed to experience. And hey, I want you to be successful on your own. The ultimate difficulty that no one really tells you about this industry is that the most difficult thing is scaling. You know, playing with 50 amps or 100 amps or even 200 amps, anyone can do that in their own home. But once you start getting into 400 amps, 800 amps, 2000 amps, 480 volt, 277, 240, so on and so forth, and then on top of that, dealing with all the heat and noise, it's a very exponentially expensive venture that you get yourself into, especially if you want to scale up quick. So what we're offering in terms of hosting is a linearly scalable hosting facility. And what that means is if you want to buy one machine, go for it. You want to buy 10 machines, go for it. You want to buy 50, give me an extra week. But yeah, we're right there with you.
Yeah.
We want others to join us on this venture that may seem very difficult to the non-technical, let's put it that way. It's as simple as give us the money that you want to invest. We'll help you pick which machine, and then just give us a wallet address. Money will go there every 12 hours, 24 hours, depends how you want to do it. You want to get paid in Dogecoin? Sure. If you want to get paid in Litecoin? Sure. You want to get paid in Shiba Inu? Hey, all power to you. You know, the ultimate thing that we can't do is tell you when to buy the machine and when to sell the crypto. That is so subject to change, right? You know, hindsight's 2020. If I was in today's position and I'd look at all the money that I spent on the crypto hardware, I'd be like, damn it, I should have waited 6 months to buy this. I would have gone at a bit of a discount. But in retrospect, I would have missed out on 6 months of mining rewards. So it all more or less kind of evens out. And then transversely, you know, you look at this during a bull market and you're just like, motherfucker, I could have bought this shit so cheap. I would have accumulated crypto over the past year, 2 years, maybe even week. I don't know when the next bull market is starting. And then I would have retroactively paid myself, right? Ultimately, it's, I know this is a little bit of a negative viewpoint on it, but you only lose all of your money once, right?
Yeah.
If you invest into crypto, you have a pretty good shot, if you're very risky with it, to lose all of your money, 100% of it.
Yeah.
Take Luna, for example.
Yeah.
With mining, that kind of eliminates that concern, right? So let's say that you buy a Litecoin miner when Litecoin is at $100, right? Your option is either buy the crypto and then, okay, it dropped 50%. Shit, now I'm negative. It's in unrealized gains. But if you buy a miner, yeah, it'll lose a little bit of value. That I'm not going to exaggerate. But it's never going to lose all of its value. And along that time, you actually are accumulating crypto. So, like it or not, you're not in any kind of unrealized loss at this point. You don't have to worry about that stress. Yes, you may benefit a little bit more in the long run, or you might not benefit in the long run. Mining it, from my point of view, it's sort of a safety net for any kind of investment into crypto, because it is physical. It relates the physical world to this air, quite frankly, that is crypto. But once you actually see the results of it, you wait a month, 2 months, 5 months, and you see, oh damn, I got a nice little nest egg. Oh damn, I actually paid off my miner. Sweet.
Yeah, and then you buy another miner right after that.
Hey, that's essentially the idea of crypto, right? It's that it gives you that economic freedom to do what it is that you want. If you want to reinvest into another miner, all power to you. Scale linearly, make double, make your money back twice as fast. If you want to go on a vacation or buy a house or something like that, convert it into USD and let it do that. You want to convert it into a savings account, and then just everything on top of the break-even point is pure profit. Mm-hmm. Sure. You want to keep it in crypto and think crypto's going to double or triple, and get exponential value for your miner. Why not?
Exactly. And yeah, and a lot of people were asking me, they were wondering if you had like an insurance policy. They were kind of wondering, how much money will it take for it to be worth it for me to put in to get a miner, and like what is the turnaround rate of that? Would you guesstimate,
Yeah, so it's very difficult to guess the ROI on things. For this, I'll take the Antminer L7, for example. At its peak, which was for quite honestly a little while, the return on investment would have been 4 months at that consistent rate, right? Right now, the ROI is probably close to 1.5 to 2 years, but also everything is low. Like if crypto goes up in value like it has historically, if we're talking about historical figures, this next year is going to be kind of boring. But afterwards, it's theoretically should explode. Once it explodes, man, you might be at double, triple your money. But to go back to your question of how much money is it worth it to make it actually worth it, I'd shoot for around 16 grand, 16 to 20, depending on which miner set that you choose. Return on investment, you take a look at my current figures, roughly 2 years. You catch us during a bull market, I would tell you 4 months, but you and I both know it's not going to be 4 months. What goes up must come down. And transversely the same. I tell you now, 2 years could be a year.
Yeah. But now's the time to start mining and stacking up the coins, because when the coins do go on that big upswing, even though theoretically right now it looks like 2 years out to get your return on investment, but the sooner you get into mining and start accumulating those coins, say like it goes back to all-time highs in a year. Now it's way less time for you to get your return on investment back.
Spot on. Yep. Yeah. And what'll happen during these bear markets is the older tech miners, they become obsolete. And what that transversely does is that only the newer age miners are profitable. And the network difficulty actually goes down, so you're accumulating more of the crypto itself. While it may sound a little silly, I remember when I was first getting into building Ethereum mining rigs, I was reading this book from 2017, 2018, which it's not that long ago, man. And they're saying a $1,000 GPU would mine up to a Ethereum a day.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
If I had a $1,000 GPU and I was making an Ethereum a day,
crazy money. Crazy. You'd have over $1 million right now. Way over $1 million.
From $1,000 freaking thing.
Yeah.
That's a joke. But that was only 4 years ago. You know, humans have this tendency of only remembering or paying attention to uh, the most recent event that happened or the most recent figures, which it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, we're very quick to forget bull markets and their true effect. And don't get me wrong, I'm not betting my life savings on the fact that it's going to at least 10x, but man, it's got a good potential to go up, even at some kind of rate. If it doubles over the next 3 years, which is not the slightest bit crazy, then you're living pretty damn good.
So true. And then you said you have the insurance policy on it. I believe it covers like and you have advanced insurance as well too, but that's a little bit extra. But you have an insurance policy that's free that covers everything. They won't have to pay extra for that.
Correct. So the standard insurance policy right now, we have I think it's $2 million insurance policy on all the equipment that's in house, and that's something that's really easy to increase. But what that covers is fire, theft, and any kind of electrical surges as well, along with the manufacturer equipment warranty of 6 months as well. With that said, you know, we've got a pretty good understanding of how these things work, right? Most of the time, I can fix them in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been in this long enough to know what to look for and how to fix it. And worst case scenario, our supplier is actually is an authorized Bitmain repair center that's located in Nashua, New Hampshire. So worst case scenario, bring it to him, get it fixed pretty damn quick. But it's one of those offerings that it's how can we help, right? I remember when I was first getting into this, I didn't have any spare parts because I thought everything would work magically and continue to work. But man, if you don't have spare parts at the very least, you can go down for a week, you can go down for 2 weeks. It's black or white, right? You either are making money or you don't. So what may take the average individual, assuming that they're technically savvy enough, a week or 2 weeks, may only take me or us a day, maybe two. And because of that, you essentially don't miss out on those profits over the course of that time.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the key thing. You've done this for so long and you went through all the trials and tribulations of it. You know what works, you can fix it. So that's the selling point right there. For somebody brand new trying to do it, yeah, they could do it, but you're going to go through a lot of, you know, trials and tribulations of trying to figure it out. And if you're not mechanically savvy or like an electrical engineer, it's going to be a lot. So that's kind of the sell point is, you know, you can be like, all right, I got $10,000, $20,000. You can even pool it with one of your buddies if you want. And you could be like, hey, what could this get me? You could be like, all right, that'll get you one or two mining things. What cryptocurrency you want? Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, okay. And then they can actually host the mining machines at your facility instead of having it hosted, say, at their home. And then you charge them a 15% hosting fee. But that comes out of the daily or however when the rewards get distributed right to their wallet, right?
Yeah, so there's two aspects to that statement that I want to touch on. One of them is the one that gets paid out. So it's not it is 15%, but it's done in a slightly odd way. So if you think about it, throughout the course of the day, there's 24 hours of it mining, right? For the 15%, what we do is what does that work out to me? 3.6 hours out of the day, it just mines to our wallet as opposed to yours. And then secondarily, if you want to do this at your home, you're more than welcome to, but we've thought this through a little bit further than the average residential, and especially here in New Hampshire, where the price of electricity has over doubled just in the last month. We've at least got a power purchase agreement in place. So to put that into numbers, the average price per kilowatt hour in New Hampshire now on a residential rate is roughly 27 to 29 cents. Ours is about, if I'm not mistaken, like 14 and a half, 15, and that's prior to putting solar panels up. We're doing everything we can to get that down. But the point being is, just think about what your alternatives are. If you mine at home, best of luck. I'll help you whatever way I can. Just being as transparent as possible, I don't really recommend it. Secondarily, if you take a look at crypto mining by nature over the past, let's call it 5 years, the barrier of entry has risen drastically. And what I mean by that is 6 years ago, you could buy a miner for $300 and mine it out of your house. You would make some pretty good money in retrospect doing that. Right now, if you ask me, I'd say anything less than 16 grand or so, it's just not worth your time. What do you think is going to happen in 1 year, 2 year, 3 years after the next bull market? The barrier of entry is a closing window. Don't get me wrong. In 5 years, if you got 200 grand, I'm sure you could get into it, do just fine. But at the same time, right now is still relatively reasonable barrier of entry to get in.
And then speaking about electricity, so could you touch upon that as far as cost to somebody who wants to buy a miner and set up shop with you?
So for the electricity, we bill at cost, right? We have no reason to make money on it. We're already making our money on the 15%. The electricity, it's one of those things that as we scale up, we want our customers to scale up or to benefit as well. That's what I really mean when I talk about this journey that we go on. We benefit, you benefit. Ultimately, the goal is in a couple of years, should these subsidies not happen for whatever reason, we're going to stick to our original goal. We bought a very large plot of land down in Texas and are going to build out a mining facility down there. So it's maybe we're still in the beginning steps, but there's not a lot of great alternatives from my point of view. Here's one example. There's other mining hosting companies out there, right? We're not the only ones. Water management is one that comes to mind since it's one of the biggest, or Compass Mining. You give them a call and they'll say, all right, give me $250,000 and we'll set you up. And you'll be like, okay, well, can I come and visit? Can I see what it is that y'all have going on? And they'll say, yeah, give us $1 million and you'll be able to do whatever the hell you want. Yeah. And you're like, all right, hey, Mr. Sales guy that just started working here 6 months ago, I don't trust you with $1 million. I don't trust you with $250,000. Can we get started with something smaller? And they'll say, nope, that's the minimum order quantity.
Yeah. So you're like leveling the playing field and kind of letting the, average guy get into mining, whereas these bigger kind of more, nose up mining facilities are like, if you don't have $250,000, do not talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, we got people interested, that they reach out, they're ready to go, they send the money, and then what? So you have like a dashboard they can log into, they can track all of it. What about that? And is there like a manufacturing warranty as well too?
Yeah, so what you'll get is, so prior to us receiving any kind of money, we'll send all the legal documents, the purchase and hosting agreements. And once the money is received, we'll place the order and we'll set things up as soon as possible. Generally, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks. So what you'll receive from us, it's a monitoring link, and then also weekly reports on the amount of electricity used and on the amount of revenue that's been generated. So you'll have full transparency to the app. It's called Foreman Mining, and you'll essentially get your own client's portal, if you will. On there, you can view the statistics, the hash rate, the temperatures, the electricity usage, the on and off time. Full transparency. If you want, come by, check it out, touch it, sure. But you do have full transparency, and then you'll send us a wallet address, and money will go to that wallet address every 12 or so hours.
Nice. And then there's like a 6-month manufacturing warranty on the mining equipment if something's up with it or whatever.
Correct. Yep. So that's tied to the what am I going to the serial number.
Gotcha.
So you'll have the serial number for the. Should anything go wrong with it, we'll help you out best we can, but it is manufacturer warranty. Yeah, we've been through the process a couple of times, and it's not fun for anyone to figure out. We don't want to leave you in the dark. That's also secondarily where the advanced replacement insurance policy can be beneficial. Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right, Mark, we got about like a minute 40 seconds left until the Zoom expires. Is there anything else you kind of want to say as far as comments to people that are interested but may have, a couple concerns or whatever? Any last comments to them?
So ultimately, like I professed, is I want to be an open book, right? I want to be the guy that's available whenever you need for whatever you need. If you want to come visit the facility, sure. If you want to give me a call just to chat and pick my brain about different aspects of mining, sure. I love this stuff, right? And I'm going to continue putting my own money into it. I'm going to continue doing what I can to expand this, hopefully in the state of New Hampshire, but if not, this is business. We're going to find out one way or another to do it. Like I said, I love this stuff, and I just want others to join for the journey more so than anything. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much. Mark's the smartest dude I know. So anybody that is interested in mining, you can definitely trust Mark. He knows exactly what he's doing. I checked out the mining facility, and that shit is legit. So anybody interested, send him a message, send me a message. We'll get you linked up with the mining stuff, and we'll get you going.